if you could see certain changes so that they would have a positive impact on your life, what sort of changes would you like to see?
So I think the primary and probably the biggest one is just a little bit more, I suppose a bit more awareness. So, for example, I've gone to school in a special needs school, right, where I was there with 100 other students for 10 years of my life, and all these students had a variety of different disabilities, different impairments. And so I got an opportunity to see a large variety of people and how they go about living their lives and learning. And so what that meant was, now if somebody says to me, oh, yeah, if somebody has a visual impairment and they come to me and, they say, oh, I can't see that, or, I'm a lot less likely to say, oh, why, or, what's the reason, or could you explain to me a bit more? I don't understand, right? One, because I've got my own life experience, so I know what living with a difference is like, but also because I've seen other people with a variety of disabilities. Now, if everybody gets, I'm not saying everybody should have the same level of experience or exposure as I did, but some exposure is good, just so that some of those obvious questions are taken out of the mind. And there's two ways. There's one, some people will ask those questions and some people won't, but they'll be bugging them in the back of their mind, right? For example, Adil goes for a break and he takes 15 minutes, right? And everybody else only takes 5. Why is that? Well, and nobody's probably going to ask, oh, Adil, why do you take 15 minutes? Because again, we're in a society where everyone's a little bit nervous and things like that. But I think if somebody was exposed, they would be able to come up with their own reasons as to why that is. For example, when we have team meetings, the ability people, and one of us needs to go out for a break, the rest of the group isn't wondering, oh, I wonder what that person's doing. We've got some idea, and that satisfies us, right? So in the same way, and that's because we've had exposure, right? But if you haven't had exposure, then you can't come up with those ideas necessarily. So I think both ways get rid of. So I think that the other thing I would say is just open-mindedness, a bit more open-mindedness. So I've been in situations where where I've tried to get into a meeting with my PA, and because of confidentiality, they've said, oh no, the PA can't come into the meeting. And then I'm sort of stuck in a sense. I have to sort of get my PA to wait outside. Then if I need a drink of water, we have to stop, take off the presentation off the screen. The PA comes in, gives me a drink of water, goes out again. So I think be a bit more open-mindedness, and, there's always a solution to something, NDAs, all sorts of things. So there's always a solution, and just try to be open-minded and as accommodating as possible within reason. I'm not saying give me an ice cream sundae every day I come into work, right? But I'd like a bit of flexibility. Yeah.